The all-new Reptimax Real Feel Rubidgea is here.
Older than the trees, older than the mountains, and even older than the dinosaurs, the saber-toothed apex predator is straight out of the Permian and ready to pounce into your collection. Available in a standard basic and deluxe super articulation. Order now through our website www.reptimax.co.za and get your very own handmade Rubidgea.
Order yours now before they go extinct.
Hello everyone, this is Marco and welcome back to my channel. Today I've got something very special to review. It's a handmade action figure by Reptimax. Now Reptimax and I are very good friends, and he already sent me something in the past. It was this huge real feel rubber skin Mapusaurus, but this time he has sent me the Rubidgea Atrox, which isn't a dinosaur, it is a Gorgonopsid. This thing lived before the dinosaurs. He's made two variants. He sent me the black one, which I love. So I think we should just jump straight into it and have a look at the box design. Well, first things first, you can notice that there's these clasps here, which is really nice. It's collector friendly. That means you can just take it apart and open the box without ruining it, because nothing is glued down, which is super nice. I love that this is like a cake box. You can see the little, like, this is for food kind of symbol there. Reminds me a lot of my Rubisaurs in the early days when I used to use cheese packets for my raptors. But everything he does is just beautiful. He puts so much love into everything he does. He's designed all of the background there as well, all drawn by himself. He's assigned a different color sort of sky and background to each creature from different time periods, which is really cool. So for this time period, he's gone for this purple color, which is great. You can see up here, scientifically accurate real feel skin. That's his logo right here. It's an adult collectible. I'm sorry children, but you cannot play with this thing. Look at that artwork, it's just beautiful. Now what's cool about this is that he's actually selling these at a couple of museums, I believe, in South Africa. We stay in contact all the time. I was there, he kept messaging me about all these updates, and I'm just so happy for him. This is incredible. Life achievements. Let's flip this around. And you're greeted with a lot of information and beautiful pictures and drawings. These are some more creatures that he's planning to make. I've seen a couple of these in the works, but shh, that's a secret. It's a lovely picture of both variants. That's the black one I have, and then there's a sort of yellow and red one, which sort of matches the colors of the one in the museum. He's got an interview with Rubidgea, the person that actually discovered and described this animal, which is awesome. So I highly recommend you go check that. I'll leave a card on the screen and links in the description too. I'm not going to read all of this because I'm going to take half an hour of your time, but if you want, you can pause the video and read it for yourself. It's handmade in South Africa, and there's not really much else to say about this. Let's open it up. Okay, so now we've removed all the clasps, we can just gently slide all the parts away from each other like this, and there we go. I like how cleverly made this packaging is. Again, let's just have a quick look at that. He's designed this sort of cover that goes in front of this, that holds the packaging down into place. That's genius. I love that. This is just testament to me at how creative and resourceful and how much ingenuity Max has. It's a quality that I really admire in people, is ingenuity and resourcefulness. You can make whatever you want, however you want, with whatever material you have available. This is incredible. Just this is awesome. So let's have a look at this background, and you can have a very good look at all the sort of drawn detail in there. This is gorgeous. I love the reflection in the river of the sky and of the plants. This really does have a vibe to it. It's beautiful. I think we can move on and have a look at the figure. I must confess that I did open this before the review because I was just so excited to feel it and to look at it. So this isn't my first genuine impression because I just couldn't help myself. I expected this thing to be completely solid, a solid piece of rubber, but it's actually hollow inside. You can really feel the sort of real feel rubber skin on this thing. It's wonderful. It really brings you back. This is the kind of stuff I want to make with my rubber saws. And as you can see, it's got loads of different segments in it. This thing is pretty articulated, but let's have a look at the sculpt first. I love how natural it looks and organic. There's something about hand sculpted figures that just feels more real, more organic. He sculpts all of these out of Milliput. I wonder where he got that technique from. I wonder where he got inspired. But Milliput's a great material. And once he sculpted all the pieces separately, he sends the sculpt over to his molder and caster, Erica, and creates these wonderful casts. And they assemble them together, and Max paints them all. But yeah, again, let's talk about the sculpt. So I love how nicely sculpted the face is, the head is. It is symmetrical, but it has some very slight asymmetry to it with the details like the nostrils a little bit, and that really adds so much more realism. In fact, I want to give you a quick example. This is a very different animal, but just to give you an example of how much natural asymmetry does to a sculpt. It really brings life to it. So if you look at this figure by Mattel, they used the actual CGI model from the film for the head, and as you can see, it is symmetrical, but there's slight asymmetry to it. Like the nostrils are slightly offset, they're a little bit different from each other, and there's this sort of bump there that is higher than that one, and it's just little details like that that breathe life into a sculpt. And I think it's an aspect from hand sculpted things that really bring so much life to a sculpt. But I was really impressed by the teeth on this thing. They're separate and they look real, like they're hard, they're nicely glossy as well, and look how nicely they fit into the bottom jaw like that. Some lovely attention to detail with that. It's not just scaly, you got a lovely sort of leathery skin look to it, but some very subtle scales here and there as well, or bumps or whatever, like here in the corner of the jaw. Very nice, as well as on the lips right there. This kind of sculpt reminds me a lot of the Resaurus Carnage dinosaur toy line. Let me grab one in comparison. You can tell that these were hand sculpted because, again, of those details I mentioned earlier. Slight asymmetry, but there's just that extra little bit of tangibility with handmade sculpts that you can really tell. And it's got a very similar sort of vibe to these action figures, I think. I like how the bottom jaw muscles are highlighted with these lines under there. You don't really get to see much of that in the sculpts of more popular or available figures. And just slight sort of lines on the top of the head that accentuate the musculature is really cool. And the eye is sculpted so well. The inside of the mouth is sculpted as well and painted. You can see a little bit of pink in the gums there, but I think Max wanted to give it a very different sort of feel. Instead of painting the mouth pink as well, just painted it with this sort of purpley grey. I like how slender this looks, but also very muscular at the same time. You can see some very nice muscle definition there, and look how nicely sculpted the toes are. And look, all the toe claws are painted. The cloaca is present. Max really likes adding this detail. It's understandable. You want your dinosaurs or animals to be able to go to the toilet, and then you have a very short little tail like that too. There's not really much to talk about in terms of paint. It's all cast in this black material, which is great because it means that if you articulate the figure, it's not going to chip. That's wonderful. Again, the mouth is painted, the eye is painted with this white, and it has a black pupil, and it has white stripes down the body. I like how simple this paintwork is, but also it's quite effective, and the paint is everywhere where it should be. You got all the claws are painted, and just enough patterns on the body to give it sort of a unique look. It almost reminds me a little bit of my Obsidian Robosaurus Rex that I did ages ago. I think we should have a look at the articulation. The jaw's articulated wonderfully, I should say. Look at that. Very smooth, and you can move this in tiny little increments too, in case you want to do a little stop motion animation of it. The head articulates on a ball joint like this, so you can twist it. The neck as well, and you can sort of pose it a little bit to the sides like that. I don't want to damage it. I don't want to bend it too hard, but the articulation points are there. The arms, the limbs I should say, articulate like that, and like this as well, and the feet are articulated too, which is nuts, and the back legs articulate like so, the knee bends, and the feet as well again. Now I'm not sure if the tail articulates. I think it's just glued in. But yeah, this is just such a great figure. Even just holding it, it feels really solid. It feels super nice, and the rubber real feel skin is awesome. This stuff reminds me a lot of the rubber saws, and I'm happy to sort of secretly announce that we might be working on something together, Max and I, but you'll only find out more in the future. So make sure you follow both of us on our social medias and YouTube channels, because you don't want to miss any of that news. Thank you so much, Max, for sending this over. It is wonderful. There is something just so magical and special about handmade figures like this that you just can't find anywhere else, really. And congratulations on you again for the opportunity of selling these in museums. Man, I'd love to do that too. I can't help but feel a little bit jealous in a good way. I can't wait to see what else Max is making. I already have seen a bunch. But I can't wait to share in the future, share that information with you once they are being produced and ready to be announced. So thank you so much for watching, and thanks again, Max. Stay safe, everyone.
The Reptimax Real Feel Rubidgea figure is here. Older than the trees, older than the mountains, and even older than the dinosaurs. This saber-toothed apex predator is straight out of the Permian and ready to pounce into your collection. Available in a standard basic and deluxe super articulation. Order now through our website or send an email to the Karoo Origin Center at mrubidge@gmail.com. Get yours now before they go extinct.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
No, Max.